This beast isn't to be trifled with. Farewell! Definitely not to be trifled with.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw.
Was wondering what... How was it? Look, any word on the rest of the...
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him, before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua! Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have...
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel.
You know how I feel about this.
Your brother's stubbornness.
What did you find out?
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
We've sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and Northreach.
I noticed. So, I'll teach. All right, now we know what.
Speaking of which,
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank.
it's just a...
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. Finished, are ya? Clive? Go on, then. not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Sorry for that. Hopefully
You learn.
I did better.
A whetstone.
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get one hit, and it wouldn't be so bad if all good luck on the battlefield.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. But there'd be no replacing this little. I reckon we get a dozen swords that the curse break. Nah, no point. But finishing our blades with a weapon, what's finer than full? Just imagine it. I won't make it.
I'm sure that just...
I'll be work. Hey, I owe you one. Oh,
You'll be happy to...
and I'll see that my debt. You come and find me.
All right.
What do I owe the honor? So, will it be? No scratches, right? And?
What am I gonna...
Is everything you see?
Oh, God.
It's all right.
Focus saying she's been selling, but she'd never do business. I wanted to ask her about... She'd...
Don't worry. Of course.
Nan sometimes sells swords and that.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his throne.
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Michelle.
All this fuss over a few dark.
All right there, Sid? That's the stuff.
Lady Car...
No, Nick.
You're...
What? No, what?
just...
Oh.
All I know...
And what? Look, but that...
You're right, Lady. It was wrong of...
No, no.
Of course. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, along with some... While it sounds...
Oh, I knew. But why?
No, but people do...
Well, that trader. So that's where...
Are you sure?
Oh, but...
Seems the hideaway is lost.
storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help me.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but I borrowed them to teach that. My first thought was that which almost sudden.
Perhaps.
I don't like. They were in the 8.
Ah, were you?
We were indeed.
Very good.
Lady Karen.
Ah, do you recall our conversation
about how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion. The Fenrir of Led, and while the powers that...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the... Consider that, in short, and that number one can but speculate.
He has seemed...
And if I'm not mistaken...
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts?
Good morrow to you, my friend. Fare thee well, my friend.
Oh, that blasted... Air, you put me in this situation.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing. You remember Ivan's stew? So I thought I'd try making one of these...
It wasn't a strafe.
Yeah, but this is my blimming...
I've never been one, so...
A fried mortress of... Recipe seemed easy enough to... Only...
Ivan said the recipe's in the culinary book.
Ah, kindly old fella.
Fine, and if
You do...
What can I get you, Sid?
As if setting... Good news, everyone. The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, the young man did a wonderful...
That's actually why I'm here.
Ah, so the thing... Now, Skyworm is...
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence. I believe the specific dragon...
So we know where to look from.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary part. I gather that one can... I may add...
Meaning that...
Best of luck and...
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set...
No.
Well...
And just how long has...
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss
Mididol.
Because that's the only...
Miss Mididol said.
Well, then your work is...
The taking up...
Speak for yourself.
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these paths with... All right. Every piece has its own... If even one of them is missing, you already know one of the pieces. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is?
You're right.
You've ridden a chocobo.
I'll think about...
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pan.
I do. Molly, but these aren't for frying, but what if I wanted to weigh...
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. This tiny piece.
I have. Miss Minidore's.
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when...
I remember the arm moved.
Not my fault.
You know what part's supposed to move, so let's put the piece...
Not a bad idea. So...
I think we've...
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Minidore's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shut.
You hear that?
Until then...
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic... Humming and they won't stop!
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his... It seems the hideaway is lost.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to...
Oh, no.
Thankfully, although I was the one...
I'm so... I shall see that the...
Please, there's no need. She'd have them...
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be...
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, I found someone.
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name. Says the more swords and spears, and the more war. And who will they? Why, the good reap.
And you've seen?
Aye, you'll find her right here,
Here in Delham. Where exactly?
She has a stall, but it'd be feeling. Now, if that's...
Sorry to...
You don't think...
Not unless she's...
Eh?
Lady Karen.
Good question.
And I'll visit the...
All right.
You too, Goods.
Ah, good to see you. And defend Dalamil week? I always knew. Meanwhile, proof if... But something... We are ever in your debt.
Dalamil saved. And with ours.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now, and we can pretend this didn't happen.
done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a... You.
What were you going to...
The Borgwyn wanted him. I was only supposed... Then you... Well...
You're not worth... I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you... If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot! Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the wet legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the act.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
What's happened? Pardon me, but would you... That well-notched steel, might you be...
How exactly?
Well, and should you accept... Well...
My arms are yours.
One...
But where are we...
Along the... Quickly!
Wait. I'd better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
I see you've been of some assistance.
Perhaps.
Findings. I was griping up now.
Any idea where his...
The old Zemeckis Road? Joseph's lived...
Can't imagine.
Needs a porter when there's no one.
If you're thinking about leaving for the Crystalline Dominion.
Do you have any fresh water? Tell me, traveller. Do the other villagers of the realm suffer?
Bad news. Good, actually. Only trouble. What exactly?
I've come back. Gotan Rouge is the...
So I've heard.
Oh. Gentlemen, would you pass...
Sounds simple.
So you'll do... You won't need this Aldrich to Porter. Milan, free of the... Stop by.
I'll be right. I've been asked if...
That's me.
The innkeeper sent me.
If he's just got hold of...
From the Empire to...
Certainly, it's sorrowful. The farther you... I'd say...
What I wouldn't give for a home.
Looks like this is the end of the world.
When are they gonna let us through?
What do you...
Just information.
Now we...
Which way did he...
I got off to...
Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin. No one's good for you.
Are you hurt?
Happily not. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, colossal airships, we call them. Would oblige me if you would. Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you. A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckis history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
He's passionate. I'll give him that. Run like the wind.
We don't want any...
Neither do I.
Well, we haven't...
Yes, we have. Those ones.
Maybe he found his thief.
Mum won't let me near them.
Shh, now.
I only...
I'd listen. Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here? I think we found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me. Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long? It wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know why that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead and all the missing food. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them, and earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Bocklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'd always thought of goblins as mindless savages.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Faster!
Nordic. All right then. Who's first?
You're going to get yourself killed.
Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods, and great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward! History awaits!
Let's go.
Yes!
Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Glad to help, but didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims, plus a little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Joseph's. He certainly knows his bit.
A good man to have around. Thank you.
What's happened? The gods.
Please. A piece of fruit.
Are you that's me. The innkeeper. He thought you might. Wine and ham just
comes with beer. We get meat, or rather, we still.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please.
I swear to you. Right there.
I'm looking for.
Well, you found
the innkeepers.
I've never.
You must be a bit.
No one's meaning. What gets to me? Some days you know what?
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
From me.
I haven't sold anything in days.
These pears aren't.
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your.
That's fantastic. Been a while in the way I.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving any. And then there's Milan, who always knows free and without the money. Everyone. Right. I hear you. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing.
A goat at bottle between.
The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's never a.
Has this wine turned? Or is it my stomach?
Kill the poor sod.
Tastes better if you don't.
A handful of coins of that. Ah, you were right to stay your bastard captain's hand. More bloodshed is the law.
I got peppers to numb your tongue and put fire.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days ago.
Those things I said before.
So many were injured.
Milady.
Gift? Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
In the meadows, then.
That's what the captain said.
Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect him.
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many were...
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Goat will want to know the stones were delivered, if he's still with us.
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the Free Cities is not to be trifled with.
Canva's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So,
I did.
and what precisely will I be cooking?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as sing.
Ah, wyvern livers. Now then, let's hope these grand old... And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption.
And rightly...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to
I didn't. I just thought...
Aye, reckon the both of us are, but you've always been, and I'd have you by your fine.
Thank...
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as... He'll need to start looking out for himself. Till then...
Of course.
Stop it. I don't go think... Let me tell you...
All right.
Them rumours, wet legs, might be You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest jam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hardaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to. Clive. That great lump. No. Go on then. Is that all?
Did you see that?
Cole told us everything that happened.
Do you like being struck by thunderbolts from on high?
Good. So, Lady...
But she threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen
I hope it wasn't so...
I'm sure you would. Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy. Would you prefer...
What I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't...
Oh, fine. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it wouldn't. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you.
Speaking...
Oh!
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted
is to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again.
And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Do you like being struck by thunderbolts from on high? Then don't let anything happen to me. Yeah?
Clive! Quick look. Think you can help?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, sir. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you. Did you see that?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Rutherford. Where would he be?
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn. They want me out? I have to try harder.
My lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian.
Of course.
Yes, ma.
And what was so...
1,000.
It's all right.
I am tasked with learning, and what I have learned, the subsequent, the gear, the realm, your lord...
That sounds...
It is.
Alas.
I have... They are both...
So you want me? I'll need to know...
One...
That doesn't exist.
Thank.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Can I interest you in a news?
You're always welcome here.
Dalimil's saved.
Mummy,
The gentleman of the town guard was
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
And maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you kindly pay the...
Or you can go back...
Oh, you're more than one.
Hasn't it?
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful.
Much has changed in the Republic.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times.
One of Ruther. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I arrived in Dalimil. His men...
The captain is no...
Fortunately,
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Those who weren't recalled now...
Then it's worse. You should return to... Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with Dave or...
I'm not.
Then you I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane
of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way...
Bandits.
They looked... It didn't matter.
Which way did they...
South.
All right. Found a note. You heard back to...
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to...
This looks to be all...
I thought I told...
And stand by.
It's just Clark, which is more than gonna be...
I will survive.
Strange at the garrison.
The garrison have that. There are a few hands. The market stalls. When I said the ones who attacked...
Rockford, if you are to you first...
I shall return to it.
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be... I shall send him a...
My uncle certainly has his work. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleague... I see yours.
The rest, speaking of which...
I only happened. They both seem...
I am afraid storm is... And...
As it is,
Ready, go? Fly, Empress.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
All right.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed. Loyal and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
You're injured. What happened here?
It's that we...
I'll go. Rest well. You said the ink. That one was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
you're finished.
Is someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of.
Another survivor?
Is...
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe. You seem familiar.
You must...
Wait. That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnes when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday. You will regret.
Run like the wind.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Are you buying or selling? Anything else? Take care.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua. The Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Forgive me, traveller, but no matter how deep your pockets might be...
Is that
Figure it.
Well, a passing caravan. Dread Eve is...
do you want...
Revenge. Dread Eve. Bring me...
All right.
Of course. Leave table. I eagerly...
I feel like I've fleshed 100 skins.
Pray accept this. For as long as you bear it, if there is nothing further, you...
To Canva, then?
We'll talk. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Stand back, friend.
Well, this isn't at all foreboding.
The Undying are at your service, my lord. As bearer of the burning quill. To which end, alas. Indeed. And it was here, an unfortunate truth. The history of our order naturally. So you see, go safely, my lord.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord.
Ah, Lord Rossfield.
Good girl. Faster!
Are you sure this is the right way?
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy? Come on. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fighting in yet. Here's your...
I warrant... Clearly might join me.
I don't plan...
Very well. Do not allow...
Must be Lord Rosfield.
Dear leg, mister. Mummy made the pottage from it.
Not a scratch on them.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Valor.
Why won't the scar go back to hell?
That Cyril fellas are not fished.
How are those new boots treating you? You! Find
something
at the universe.
The universe?
Yes, but in my head, the answers would you...
Climb the step.
And... the three of them, to be... I'm here, namely...
I can't
remember.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Not a scratch on them.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy made the pottage from it.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair, considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving...
Chilled, that's all.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many.
There's barely been a shipment in since the sky started boiling.
You see that? Tell me you saw that.
We've sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Gallimore, and Northreach.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into Tyre?
Seems the hideaway is lost its...
There's a storm coming, Sid.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Fare thee well, my friend.